My name's Melody. I'm from Fairfield, Iowa. And I first found out about Babaji when I came to Crestone in 1996. My family and I were going on a camping trip to Colorado, and a friend of ours told us that there was a small temple here with a Lakshmi statue, or Mother Divine statue. So he said, you should check it out. It's really worth the visit there. So on our trip, we had camped out for probably 4 or 5 nights, and then we came down to Crestone. And everybody was pretty tired at that point because we had a couple of young kids, and we were setting up tents every night. And so anyway, we came into Crestone, and we thought we'd just visit for a couple hours because of the temple here. And we came in the early afternoon and met Ramloti. She said, well, if you'd like, you can stay for dinner and evening arti. And it was appealing because we were tired from the last few days. And then we decided to stay. And during dinner, she said there was a lady visiting or spending the summer in Crestone from Fairfield, Iowa, where we were from. And she said, you might know her. And it turned out I did know her. Not very well, but I knew her. So we contacted her, and she opened her house up, and we spent a night.
Oh, wow.
But meanwhile, we had sat in on one arti the first evening, and then the next evening, the next morning, we came back to do another arti before leaving for the rest of our camping trip. And there was just, it was sort of like that magnet being pulled, you know, to the iron filings being pulled to a magnet, I guess you could say. It's like we went to the arti in the morning, and then we wandered around Crestone, and I wanted to stay for the next arti. And then this happened for like 4 days. We never left. We came here and we stayed and went to
for 4 days.
Artis.
Wow.
And then we just went back to Iowa. That was the end of our vacation. So we took off. So during that time, just the first couple artis, on the second one, I sensed something happen in my heart. Just this powerful energy hit my heart, and it just opened up. And
beautiful.
I really fell in love with the arti, and so I ended up, before leaving, I bought tapes and some books and started listening to arti at home. And then as time went on, I wanted to learn how to, you know, to play it on a harmonium.
Oh, really? You can play the harmonium.
So I learned to play that. That was in 96, and in 1997, Moni Rashi came to the United States, and he visited 2 places here. He came to a Babaji Ashram in Nebraska, which no longer exists, but he came there, and also to Crestone.
Yeah, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I spent some time going to the Nebraska Ashram because it was very close to our home. It was like, about 5 hours.
I have a couple friends that went to that.
Okay.
Trishna, if you know Trishna.
I know.
And Margie Byron. Margie Byron. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so I spent quite a bit of time early on going there in the early 90s and around 2000. And then once in a while I'd get out to Colorado. But now I try to make it a habit to come every year, at least for the weekend. Usually it's a weekend or, you know, up to 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
So anyway, so back to Moni Rashi. So I brought my daughter and another friend, and we went to see Moni Rashi in Nebraska. And there was it must have been a gathering of about 80 or 90 people. A lot of them were old-time Babaji devotees, and then people from the Omaha area, and then some other people from around the country came in. And it was just a small place and just a very few people. But when we sat down to eat, and in the artis, it felt like I was with my family. It was like this feeling of just, like you knew everybody, and there was this connection. It was unbelievable. It was just so unbelievable, and there was so much just love flowing, just heart to heart with everyone. And so from there, then Moni Rashi came here to Colorado, and we came out here to see him as well. So first time we met him. And during his visit, he gave me a Babaji name of Malti.
Okay.
So anyway, so just sort of this love started flowing through me. My heart was opening, and there was a lot of just joy that started coming into my life. And so I went with that and learned the RT. I had RT, I started doing some RTs in my hometown. And I had a small group of people coming for some years. We did that, and occasional fire ceremonies.
Yeah.
And I hosted the people running the Nebraska Center, and also Ramloti and Prim came, and we did various Babaji activities there at that center. So I'm really grateful for Ramloti holding the space here in Colorado, Babaji's energy, and just Babaji's message of truth, simplicity, and love, and about remembering God during your activities for karma yoga. You know, those are very important messages.
Yeah.
And bring more joy into life. Because we forget, we get lost in the details of life and the little things, but there's that other part of life we easily forget of, the expansion of the joy and happiness. And we can still do our work and still be happy. So.
Beautiful. And you're on the board now? And
Yeah, currently I'm on the board, Samaj board.
when did you become a board member? Is this your first?
I think this is my third term.
This is your third term.
It's been, I don't remember the year. Ramloti asked me if I'd like to join. It might have been 2006. Might have been 2006. About the same time Richard came on.
Okay.
So
how has that been as a board member here at the ashram?
well, it helps. It just keeps the connection alive, and I like being involved in activities and decisions we make. And currently, my husband and I are running the website, and we just started a blog, which is up and running, and we want to make it, more interesting and add more stories and all that. So,
Beautiful.
yeah, but it's good. It's been good. It's a good
Well, thank you.
experience.
Is there anything else you want to share, or you think?
Not right now.
Okay.
I need to think about some, I need to think a little bit, reflect on some maybe special experiences that I've had, but